Atmospheric pressure, Part 2. Objectives: to see the different factors affecting atmospheric pressure, to study its various uses. The atmospheric pressure on the Earth's surface varies depending on various factors. The atmospheric pressure decreases with the increase in altitude. This happens because as the height from the sea level increases, the density of air decreases, thereby causing the decrease in atmospheric pressure. Due to the same reason, at times mountaineers at great height bleed from the nose. At such high altitudes, the atmospheric force acting on the mountaineer's body decreases as compared to the force exerted by the blood flowing inside his body. Thus, the capillaries burst and blood flows out. The density of air gets affected by the temperature also. As air gets warmer, it expands and becomes less dense. This causes the atmospheric pressure to decrease, so the temperature also affects the atmospheric pressure. Hence, we can say that the atmospheric pressure at any point depends on the height from sea level and the temperature at that point. Atmospheric pressure is very useful in many of our day-to-day activities. When we dip a dropper in ink and squeeze it, on releasing the dropper, we find ink filled in the dropper. How does this happen? When we squeeze the dropper, the air inside the dropper is forced out, or in other words, the pressure inside decreases. The atmospheric pressure acting on the ink is more than the pressure inside the dropper. Hence, on releasing the dropper, the atmospheric pressure forces the ink to rise up in the dropper. Similar is the case when we drink any liquid with a straw. Atmospheric pressure is closely related to weather also. When there is a pressure difference between any two regions, the air rushes from regions having high pressure to those having low pressure, causing winds. Depending on the properties of moving air, that is, cool or warm, dry or humid, one can determine the weather of areas through which it passes. This is how weather forecasts are predicted in newspapers and televisions. To summarize, atmospheric pressure is the force exerted per unit area of a surface by the weight of the column of air molecules above that surface. The atmospheric pressure acting on a body depends on its height from the sea level and the temperature of surrounding air. This atmospheric pressure is responsible for several activities which take place around us.